Jam everyone. It's your favorite podcaster and your podcast again from Blogssphere, Community Beyond Hype. So today we are having a great topic. So onboarding you to Web3 or onboarding people to Web3 is a little bit confusing. So I brought an expert that will educate you and teach you all what you need to know about Web3. How we transition from Web1 to Web2 and then to Web3. And my guest today is no other person but Mr. Yaya in the Web3 space. So I will allow him to properly introduce himself and then tell us what he does in the Web3 space. Then we'll pick up from there. So good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Yahya Imran Nalawo. I'm a video editor and a trader. I'm a video editor and a trader. I've been in Web3 since 2019, and the major catalyst for me for entering Web3 is the COVID-19, because that time there wasn't a lot of activity. So we focus online, then fair searching for opportunities. Then we shared some loopholes from Web3 stuff. That time we started from airdrop, then we focused, then we transitioned into getting Web3 jobs. After the Web3 jobs, we learned trading. Now, what I focus mostly on now is video editing in aspect of Web3 and also trading.
Okay. So what you do majorly now is you do video editing and then you also do trading.
Yeah.
Yes, and given the fact that you came into the Web3 space from just from COVID-19, I don't know the scenario that led you that let's see, at least you might should just try the Web3 stuff and everything. But then I think there's a big story behind that. Do you want to share a bit of the story?
Sure. That time I was active on Facebook. So on Facebook, there are a lot of communities you can see on Facebook. So I do see a post about people winning airdrop. Sometimes some airdrops need referrals.
Yes.
So some of my friends on Facebook do share referral stuff like this one, do this, you make money, this one, do this. So I started trying some of the airdrops, and then it was easier to get airdrop, like super easy, because
Yes.
a lot of people aren't in crypto that time.
So it was not
So
saturated. There's no crowd like
saturated.
now.
For instance, if there is 1,000, let's say 1,000 coins, I want to be shared, and just 500 people applied, all those type of people will get larger share of it.
Yeah.
Unlike now that you can, even if you check Telegram groups of airdrops projects, you see millions, even hundreds of millions of
People,
users.
community
That is
waiting
why-
to grab the airdrop
That is why it is harder to get airdrop now
now
than
than before.
So then you do see airdrop, and although it was free money, we also know it was free money.
Yeah.
However, we started looking for and my thought process is that if in this ecosystem they are free money and it was easy to get, so if somebody now take it serious and started going deep into the hard money instead of free money, then it might be something good.
Definitely.
So from airdrop money, he started learning, he started transitioning into other stuff like that.
Wow.
Now, that time, that time it was around 2020, 2021 when some of my friends introduced me to Web3 talk. Although I wasn't interested at first, because it doesn't make sense to me that time that somebody will be managing groups and be making money.
Yes.
That's community
Community
management.
manager, yes.
Though I'm somebody that doesn't like talking, even starting, I don't hate it, but I hate it rather.
Yes.
However, I see that people are making money from it. So, and it is more of something I have knowledge of. Let's say that time, the only thing you need to know is about the project, because majorly people will just ask question. Newbie will enter the group. They ask question, what is this project about? I don't do this, I don't do this. Majorly, if you do airdrops, if you focus, you know most of these things.
Yes, especially when you go through the white paper.
When you
Get
go
more
through,
details.
you get these things. So I started applying for job, and it was also easier to get job that time, because they're even looking for, you see somebody that will be working for 5 projects, 10 projects, just one
Are
person.
you serious?
Those people I can't do, because it was easier. And with the geographical location in Nigeria, we don't really demand much as in Nigeria.
Yes.
So if they give you $100, $200, we accept.
Big money, big
Yeah,
money.
because you convert it to naira.
Yes, it's big, yes.
And actually, sometimes you can be on WhatsApp chatting from morning to
Nice. In fact, if you see some people, they will put, I am fun to chat with. without any money.
Now, now see somebody that will pay you money for managing their
for being fun to try to eat.
uh,
Again,
you
so
get
you
that.
grab
So,
the
and
opportunity.
it was also easy that
Yes.
that although there was some challenges there also, but at least if it was easy to manage.
Okay.
Then I started entering into that time, although it is also available now, but it was also easier that time. There was something called meme competition. So we just made some project you put out meme competition. So
Yeah.
they choose the best meme and they will reward you.
And they will reward you, yes.
Yeah. So I also enter into that one. I do that one mostly, and I always go to there because some of these projects are also looking for Africa. And just want to enter Africa.
Yeah,
I'm also.
like seriously, ba, for my own small research, you get
Okay.
Nigeria is the oil well. If any product should get into any product entirely should get into Nigeria, I think Nigeria would actually scale that product.
So yeah. So that time, the like of buying OKX, Binance, and
Yeah.
most of those
All those
exchanges are
things.
entering were entering Nigerian market. So most of them that time, that was why I started even using Twitter, because they do like it's not even like giveaway.
Yes, when they're doing their AMA.
Yeah, even sometimes like OKX now, it's more of every week they do. They even not even AMA. They just
Yeah.
do
Just give it tax.
just talk
Once you account.
just talk about OKS, and if they like your video, you make money.
Wow.
And those money, although not be big to them, $30, $50,
that's so much money salary. So what is doing like 8 to 5 for 1 month? That's some of them they are
So
paid the salary.
now those are the things that actually look me up. That's so along the line after the main competition. The reason why I actually get into video, like I get into video, okay, yeah. Now, somebody shared it even it was even because that time we have Binance BUK.
Yeah.
So it was that boy that shared something like he said he wrote article for some project like that, and they pay him money. Like just write it and share it to the pool. And that time I know how to do video with my phone. Like
Your phone, yeah.
so I just do like 3 projects. I just send it to them. So they just say send your wallet. Like 2 of them reward me for
creating
just
video.
rubbish video with my phone. So
Serious.
so I was like, if I can be doing this rubbish video, I am getting paid. What if I make?
I invest.
What if
then
I line the professional video? Although I still don't even focus much on the professional one, because along that time I get some full-time jobs that don't even allow me to have time. But
the few small time you have,
I use
to
to
create
then
something.
and even that project that I work with, because I work with FTS before they wind up. I work there as ambassador of BUK.
Of UK, wow.
Of BUK. So that time I do create video also. Yeah, I create video for
For the
FTS Africa.
FTS, yes.
So and also I have other projects that I do create video for, and sometimes I do write article for them.
Okay.
But my major focus that time, because it was easier to get, is community management, because just is to just apply. If they like you, they employ you,
Yeah.
and you start working, chatting. So that's how I transition. But so for that place, I started learning about trading, because majorly you have majorly what people usually use to invest in cryptocurrency is they do use as fundamental factors, fundamental analysis. They use for team, all those fundamental stuff. However, if you want to become a professional trader, you have to learn technical. You have to be good at technical stuff. So that's when I transitioned into technical trading. I started learning from buy courses, all those stuff.
All those
Like,
stuff, yeah, to get better as
so
well.
that's now I just narrow everything down to trading and
And
video editing.
only in the Web3 space.
Yeah.
Now, I would have asked you that how if somebody wants to transition to Web3, but that's not the topic for today. The topic for today is breaking down what Web3 is to like a layman. Like now, if maybe like my 5 years, or let me say like my 10 years sibling is asking me, big bro, what is Web3? How can I explain for them? And then also explain how we transition from Web1 to Web2 and then to Web3. Can you give us like a quick breakdown?
Okay. Now, what is Web3? If you ask anybody what is Web3, they will tell you it is more of what is it called? I don't forget the English. They do use the simple word for Web3 is
Is it decentralized?
decentralization.
Yeah.
Now, basic thing is most of the web 2, like web 2, transition from web 2 to web 3. Firstly, is that in web 2, let's say it is highly centralized. Like because if there is no problem, there won't be solution.
Yes.
So the problem people have in web 2 that people don't complain about. For instance, if you're talking about Facebook, let me use major platforms, Facebook, YouTube, all the stuff. Like
Yeah.
let me use them as an example. If you're using all those platforms, you see that it is highly centralized. During before I enter I enter crypto, I start using crypto. I do some of Web3 stuff, like running advertisement on Facebook and even Twitter. Those times, if not to spend your money, but you have to go to a lot of verifications, a lot of things. Like it is highly centralized.
Yes.
Your post, if you make any post, it can be taken down.
At any time.
at
But they
any
don't,
time.
they don't even need to ask you because there's something happened to me. I think this will actually be going on YouTube, but let me also say it. There was a page I created on YouTube and then I used an audio. Like I just put an audio in the background of that song. They took down that video.
Instantly. So you don't have any. You
So
don't have
I was not asking what did I do. Then somebody was like, let them see the video and was like the song you play. Then later I now went back and checked my notification. And I'm saying that YouTube actually wrote to me that the songs I use, the royalty, you understand?
Okay.
But now I think in the Web3 space, there's a way you can tokenize, like you use NFT and tokenize your
So
own personal.
Web3, like in Web3, they create protocols in which there won't be central authority to that thing. For instance, now we have something like DAO. DAO is, for instance, if let me use Facebook as example. If Facebook want to put out any update, they'll just put out any update that they like.
It no sense.
This one want to build this thing, want to build. However, in crypto, in Web3, we have something like DAO. That will be they will put out community. They will put the things out, like in Facebook now, they will put out something in community that people should food. Should we do this or should we do that?
Okay, so you vote.
Should we do this or like if you want to do anything, any major updates on all these platforms, they will put it out like should we do this and should we do that? So the community will decide whether to go on with it
or not.
they should not go on with it.
Oh wow.
So that's what most of the crypto Web3 companies are doing now with DAO, with DAO. So another difference, another thing about Web3 is that they provide the way in which you earn money with your passion. For instance, now let's go into gaming. There is no major means to earn money from Web2 gaming, because you have to, even sometimes you have to spend a lot of money.
Yes.
However,
Actually acquiring assets.
you have to buy the assets. You have to,
Yeah.
without providing any means for you for making money. However, Web3 game actually provide a means for instance now, most of all these Web3 gaming, there are some people that are just enter into gaming space just for making money, because if you play, you earn coin, because there is a way in which you have control over what you earn. So you can sell the coins you earn, or even you can also sell some of the assets. Because if you are playing game, so for instance, you are playing game that involve fighting or war, we buy weapons,
We buy weapon.
we buy clothes, all those things. You can resell it to other people and you collect your money
as NFT,
as any
non-fungible tokens,
uh,
and then all.
you own it. So
Okay.
those are the things that they provide.
The reason why people like the reason why the transition between Web 2 and Web 3.
And also the major factor, NFT. Like if somebody want to put out there was time in which their NFT actually boom a lot, even in Nigeria. Because those times, most of the photographers I know, they take pictures. They just take pictures of maybe any I don't even know. Okay, like any fascinating things. They take the picture. There was the one that trend on Twitter.
On
Took
Twitter.
picture of old man
Playing drum, like an artistic man playing his drum, and
people like it.
and then they bought it. I said that went viral.
It went viral.
Then it went viral. Yes.
So NFT also, and there is more to NFT than actually pictures also, because there was I don't know whether they don't really go on with that project, because there was a time in Nigeria, the Dodgers actually started working on the NFT for his artists, because he was also into Web3 that time. He made beats, and he not 1 million. He less than, I haven't forgotten those statistics, but at least it's less than one, like 3 hours. you produce a song. Like, if you make a beat now, I don't even know much about music, but there is a way in which you produce a beat, and if people use your beat, they have to pay, like, it or everything is online.
Yes, it's called royalty.
You have
The
to,
in the
and
music.
in less than 3 hours or something like that. I'm forgetting the other side, but it makes like $1 million.
Yes, like out of royalty. Like
Just
if I have a beat, that's why YouTube keep taking down people's video because you don't have royalty to the song. You have to pay for the royalty. But now NFT makes it in a way that when you pay for that royalty, you are the owner of
you
that
don't know,
song. You understand? Like now, it's selling just the part of the song, but then I am now a owner of the song. Whereby, if maybe for example, you produce like 10,000 of it,
okay.
it's only the 10,000 of us that bought it that had the owner.
Doing that,
And
yes.
apart from that, nobody else can be the owner unless one of us sell their own to another one individual.
And
That is
transfer of asset,
as
and
assets,
totally
yes.
transfer it.
That's why it is more unique than the Web2
Yeah.
interface.
And also, there's some university now that are using NFT as certificates. In Web3, there's a way you can confirm whether this thing is fake or
Oh,
original.
yes.
Super easy. So some university has instead of you to travel down to university
And
to
they make it
collect
research and
certificate,
then I'm checking code
it's
profile.
it's super easy. Just upload it, then you can easily
The
know whether
blockchain will just identify if it is
fake or
fake or
original.
wow.
I started using it as certificate.
Wow.
So those are this is
Okay. The place I wanted us to touch is the way that like how would I put it? Like for example, now let me give an instance. Like my mom now.
okay.
I would tell my mom, see, crypto is the future. I want you to buy crypto. Well, how would I explain to her to understand what crypto is, or to the extent that she will buy?
Okay.
You get my point? Like I could give an example and then we'll build on that. Let me give a scenario. Before we trade by barter, and then from there we now build on, and then we now move to gold, and then find out that gold is heavy. We move to cowries, and then from cowries we move to coin, and then from coin to paper, and then so how could we how can we now bring Web3 into this scenario?
Okay. Now, firstly is that money is anything that people calls money. It is not paper. It is not attached. For instance, now if there is no definition of money that will revolve around people acceptability of it as a means of exchange.
Value.
For instance, you will say this broom is what we want to be using as a means of exchanging value. All of us agree on it. That will be our money. So that's why Web3 comes in. Now we do accept tokens as means of exchange. Since we attach value to it, that is why we do have ups and downs in it, because sometimes it will go up, sometimes it will
Calm
come down.
down.
Now, what makes all those things fascinating?
Yeah.
What makes it fascinating is that it is easier. For instance, we have a lot of projects coming up that they are faster. Their means of payment is faster than any other thing. For instance, Solana system now. I forget the statistics, but it is 10x faster than the fastest payment, which is Visa and all these Mastercards.
Yeah, sure.
And it is cheaper,
Very cheap.
very, very cheap.
Yes.
So all these things makes it very, very easy for people to accept it as payment. And since it is accepted as means of payment, and for instance now, there was speculation around whether all these things are legit or they are not legit. However, there have been a lot of scrutinization from US, in which they scrutinize these people and Tata for USDT. Maybe they went to court and they won over the US government.
Wow.
They provide proof of legitimacy, and they want it. That means they are legit. And if you check now, countries have started accepting crypto as their means of payment.
Payments, yes, definitely. A lot of
Like Germany, US, like most of them are started.
accepting
So
as means of
there is no,
So-
you can't bet against crypto right now unless you want to deceive yourself.
okay.
And even Nigeria self, there are some projects in which you can start using BSDC, all this one to even purchase recharge card. I don't know most of the name of those projects,
Yes,
but
and
I
I
saw
know most of them. I know
Super
most
Team. I started
Yes,
seeing out some.
I was onboarded into Web3 properly by Super Team. Last year, I actually visited Super Team. Like I was booked as their photographer and also their content creator. So after the first meeting, what I did was I immediately now, as they were now talking about Web3 and everything, I was like, this is not what I know about Web3. What I know about Web3 was that Web3 is just for you to buy Bitcoin. If you go up, you said, you get. And then that was when they were like, okay, do you know that instead of buying crypto, you can just start by earning crypto, and then from there you scale up your skill. And then I was like, and I have skill. I'm a good photographer. I'm a good content creator. Why not? I should leverage on Super Team. That was how I started. So when immediately I came in, I was like, okay, there's a loophole somewhere. Why not? I should start. That was the whole thing that bettered this podcast and everything. And it's also a podcast that's attached to the Super Team and Solana ecosystem. This particular podcast. So I was like, how can I teach people about Web3, and then they will not be afraid about what Web3 is? You know that one thing again is fear. So you mean I will not put my money there, this good amount of money, shit will not disappear. You know those fears and thought and everything.
And also, there is more to Web3 than crypto.
Yes, crypto is just one part.
Crypto is just
It's
just
the
it's
that's
just the only
finance.
part of
Yes, of Web3, of blockchain.
of
Yeah.
blockchain. There are a lot of
Other things
other
in fact that people have not even touched that are
Of
untapped.
course.
So that was the whole thing that bettered your idea. So I would want to, like, the reason why, because this is the first podcast I'm posting.
Okay.
Now I want people to understand, maybe if you want to begin a Web3 journey, what are the basic knowledge you should know? What are the things you should actually put in mind about Web3?
So if you are transitioning from Web 2 or Web 3, or you want to just start afresh,
Let's not use Web2 so that they will understand. If you're starting from like your normal
okay, you're normal thing to Web
to
3. Now,
Web3,
firstly, is that there are a lot of things, there are a lot of parts in which you can focus on in Web 3. Not just one or just two. We have trading, you can do Web 3 jobs. You can even the trading, we have people that only buy, as you say, people buy, they just hold and sell.
flipping.
And we have people that are actively trading.
Trade. Yes.
Okay, I will explain what you need to learn or all those things. Now, let's suppose you have a skill. Now you are a photographer.
Yeah.
I'm video editor, because we have OG video editors that don't edit for crypto people. Yes. Now, I'm just using that as an example. Firstly, is that crypto Web3, most of Web3 companies, they are more of finance niche. And the advantages of working with finance people is that I don't know how to call it, but they're not really stingy with their money. They pay better than they pay better.
Yes. Their pay are better because they are paying for value to also promote.
Apart from that,
their
if you are used to something, like it is basically you are dealing with money. You are dealing with, don't have problem with money.
Yes, definitely.
So that
Compared
is
to
one of
somebody
the
that
things that
is
make it fascinating. And whether the skill you are providing,
yeah,
the pay is better.
they will pay you.
The pay is better.
Correct.
That's one of the major reasons why even I do encourage people to look for Web3, like look for
Web3 jobs.
opportunities in Web3.
Web3,
You are good at Web2 because the pay is better. Also, if right now the skill the skill level is still low relatively compared to other field, because a lot of people that are in Web3 now are more of trading, most especially even just buy and hold.
Yeah.
The skill level, but people that are actually skilled, they are needed to be
onboarded to a
whether in Web3. And the little ones that are that I enjoy, like they have numerous of
yeah, they are the ones that will cash out the oil money before the place become
start getting-
saturated again. Yes.
So
Because I could give you a scenario with superteam.n. When I heard about superteam.n, but believe me or not, like I'm not kidding you here. What they were having for bounty submission, like if it's plenty, it's 20.
now I saw 400.
There was one I applied for during December. There are almost 1K people that applied for it.
So, and also, even if you check the super team, you see it is only maybe 20% or 30% of people that are submitting quality content.
Yes.
Meanwhile, we have a lot of people that are very very good with content.
Very good.
So if you are really good with it, it is it is advisable to just find a way to learn about
And then get yourself. That's the use of this podcast so that you could actually come and leverage on what is happening now.
And also, most of these Web3 companies are actually, they are looking out for skills. Even some people do pay you for referring people to them. Skilled people, if you refer quality people to them, they will pay you for doing that.
Are you serious?
Yeah, nah.
And people don't know about me. Please, this is me. I'm a very skilled.
Yeah, nah. Like
Yes.
I saw from last year, last 2 years, people are paying up to 500, 1,000 if you refer
$1
for if you refer quality developer, quality Web3 developer, you refer them.
Yes, although I know
Mm.
I think I saw that one somewhere. But then most developer
Just like that.
but most developers are Web2 developers. So onboarding them to Web3 is not that easy.
It's not that easy
Yeah.
because they're not ready to leave the comfort zone. However, and even right now, it is demanding now. If you check job board of if you check job board of Web3, if you see 50 jobs, 35, even 40 of it will be developer.
Yes. And in fact, if you check even where we are talking about the super team now, for example, sorry, we are always going back to super team. It's the Fiverr of Web3, and then
And
so in fact it's the truth. So what I noticed was when they put out a bounty for developer, people that apply sometimes, in fact, sometimes it doesn't even get people that applies. Sometimes no zero application.
And
So
so content writer, you see, you see 500,
you whine,
you see 700, you see 1,000.
you tell of us with our skill.
So, and also, let me come into that also. I advise people to look out for loopholes. Not that a lot of people are doing these things. They also
You
want
want to
to
do
do it.
look out for
Look
what
out for
people are not
what
doing
special.
and then start doing it.
I entered a competition last month. Although I make video, but people that won, most of the people that won are people that rap.
Wow.
They select from
Yes.
over you that create
So
content.
I was telling somebody one day, there was a day I attended one AMA.
Okay.
So we were live and we were doing our stuff. And then somebody just came in. Hey. So this person just came in. Next thing I just heard was, so they were giving mic. So I collected mic, I spoke, and then I gave the person the next thing, this person just started rapping and they're calling all of us name that we are on speaker row. He will rap with your name, will call your name. Before the person drove down, somebody asked him to drop his wallet address. And then they give that guy $100. I was like, eh? For this stuff?
The competition, the second place was, several. No, the second place is 1-5 because the
5.
1-5. Why the third place is 750? The second place and the third place, they only select 3 people.
Wow.
They rap. People we will create content. So that's one of the opportunity. Now, if you are the trading part is the most complicated part
Yeah.
of trading of Web3 because that's what a lot of people focus on.
Yes, but I think being able to trade was not what you're doing.
Now that's why it is most complicated because a lot of people are just want to enter into the opportunity market and think, though it is also problem with the problem main cause is people that want to sell their courses because I will tell you once you enter like this you just start pricing Lambo because you you turn $100 to $1 million. That's why and meanwhile the reason why they are saying that thing to you is that you yourself don't even like true talk. So they have to lie to you to maneuver you to find their courses. So they register for their class, 30K, 40K, you register for their class, they tell you buy this, go deeper, buy the deeper something.
The first the Jeep.
So that's it. However, if you are entering into trading market, the first thing, the major thing is for you to have the knowledge. For instance, now, if you lose money, it is normal for you to lose. There's no trader that doesn't lose money. And in fact, it's a red flag for you if it's somebody that advertises to you that he doesn't lose money. He's a liar.
I want to
You lose money.
even me that is not a pro, I've lost a lot of money. Me, I'm just even testing it because being able to dish out knowledge to people, you must test something. So really, I came to the Web3 space, start doing my stuff. I started learning what is degening. Now I needed to fund my account and then degen with my money. Understand? And I watched all from. In fact, I doubled the money, but because of discipline, the money came down back again, and then the account was.
Oh, you have to learn. Like you have to have the knowledge of what you are doing. So if you able to explain what you are, why do I have this money? This is why, this is why, this is why. Well, how am I going to make it back? And this and this and this. Now, let me go into the complicated trading aspect, which is futures trading.
Yes.
Futures trading. I'm a foreign technical trader, so I will be more like I'll be more drawn to technical. My own, I might be wrong, but my own stand is that if you want to be really successful at futures trading, you have to have technical knowledge because fundamental knowledge is not enough. Let's suppose you have there are fundamental factors that market will go up. In most cases, you won't really know where to enter and where to go outside the market if you don't have the technical factor. If you have technical knowledge rather. So it makes it very, very essential for you to acquire the technical knowledge. And also that one is also not easy at all. It's not easy because it's even the hardest part because it requires far more than the chart. It requires a mental factor. Like it requires your thinking factor because you have to sometimes most of though I don't encourage it, but if you actually have the time and you are a let's say daily trader, you have to know how to think on your feet to take trading decision. And there's a lot of opportunities. Yes, even now we have pro firms that are launching on crypto only, like only crypto. You are if you are good at trading, you buy account, you prove that you know how to trade, they fund it, you make money, everybody laugh. You collect your split, they collect their split. That's how it works. Maybe. But so if you are entering into technical aspect, you need to be really good with technical, like you need to know how to analyze the chart and know how to manage your risk, which is because most if you see most of the traders, their first maybe their first day trading or their first trade are actually good. First trade you make money, they're going to now be like, okay, I don't arrive. Let me compete with that way. So we start risking everything back into the
You get
market.
comfortable,
Ehen.
and instead of for you to take profits and then enter the market strategically now, but you would
You start going inside. No, so all those things you will encounter no matter how meticulous you are with the market, you will
you would
you get caught up.
definitely
However, if you know what you are doing, you know what you do wrong and you know how to correct your wrong
next time.
next time.
Yeah.
That's it about trading.
I think we are getting to the end of the podcast, and I thank you very much for shedding light. So let me just give like a quick bullet. So if you want to become a member of the Web3 community, you should know the fundamental about Web3, and then I think from what we discussed, you tag yourself to a community so that you can skill up, and then
Let me talk about the community.
okay.
Sorry. Firstly, is that that's even what crypto is built upon. If we are searching for knowledge, like if you are searching for any knowledge on crypto or anything like that, you mostly get it from what people are saying, rather than from all these blogs. Because most of I don't know how like look at it. I don't know how it happens, but mostly you can only get the best knowledge on maybe Twitter. Let me just use Twitter. So you just see some people tweet will might explain something you've been looking for maybe a day or 2 days for you. So the community is highly essential. And these days, a lot of people are actually happy to help you. You ask questions from the community, they will explain to you this is how, and you find it is so it's highly essential for you to have some good community of crypto traders or Web3 people that you
That
will
will continue.
yeah.
Okay.
So
I think we are the whole idea now is now clear. So you get a community, and then you learn what Web3 is all about, and then learn what is decentralized and centralized.
let me even add to the community. My first crypto job, I got it from a community. Someone just share the link. I know this is available. So I just enter, I apply, and I got the job
Oh wow,
easily.
that's
So it's highly essential for you to join the community because you can only even most of your updates you can see. You say, "Hey, this one makes sure most of it are shared by people in the community. They just share it to you, you do it. Even if you don't know anything, you can ask and they will break it down to you. Because it is now if I'm writing an article now, I would like to be professional about it. I might use some big English, I might use crypto terms that you don't understand. However, if you are with the community, They will break it down to you. Even in your local language, say
Yeah,
explain to you.
language, because people, like, when I'm writing my thread, if I'm writing thread or post, what I majorly do is I make sure to try as much as possible not to use crypto jargons, so that people can understand what I'm writing about, and then anybody that see what I'm writing about will key into it and also understand it. So no matter who you are, maybe you are even somebody selling bread on the main road, and then I'm writing about a project. Once you see it, you understand what I'm saying. So it's less for you to make decision whether you want to start using it or not. So that,
Meanwhile, a lot of articles available. We see a lot of crypto jargons there.
yes, I guess, which you also pursue, like it to chase people away.
Yeah, you just
Because imagine I'm just seeing some kind of, I'll just be like, oh, this is not for me. Let me run. Yes, I think I understand that. So thank you for coming on our show. It was nice having you, and we look forward to reaching out to you. I think we'll also do some AMAs together, and then we'll see how we can bring you on board, and then we'll bring it to our community so that you can also teach people and then educate them about Web3, and then we'll look for a way to build things together. So guys, thank you very much. We are coming to, this is the end of the podcast for today with Blocksphere, the community beyond hype. Stay tuned and keep watching and keep investing. The future is now. Bye. Thank you very much, bros. Okay.